Look, Rand. Look at that mountain over there. It looks familiar, don't you think? Right there. Right there. It looks... Whoa. What is that? Oh, you're right, Matt. That's odd. I wonder if it's a...
Long, long time ago, I was born a volcano in the middle of the Randland.
Welcome, friends, family, followers, and subscribers. It is your fellow man of letters and favorite Winchester brother, Bradford here to do, you guessed it, another Wheel of Time video. And while the other two Winchester brothers and the remaining members of Team Free Will are peering very creepily over my shoulder, they're just going to have to deal with me not reviewing their lives for about 10 minutes or so. But this is a quick spoiler-free review of episodes 4 and 5 of season 1 of The Wheel of Time. So, starting with episode 4, this, as of when watching it last week, was my favorite episode of the season so far. This episode understood the characters of Nynaeve and understood the characters of Lan. We finally got to see some more Moiraine. We didn't really get that much of Rand, Matt, and Tom, which I was totally okay with. If you've seen my previous Wheel of Time videos, you know Rand is my favorite character in the series. However, it was still really good to see the changes that they made to Nynaeve's character and make them updated and refreshing and not make her seem just like a feisty, angry woman all the time, but actually show that she has a heart, she has a motivation for why she acts the way she does, but also show that she's truly not somebody to be messed with. The pacing was fine. I'm still a little confused on what they're doing with Logain's character. We will see where that goes, but I didn't hate it. I'm still a little confused as to why they're showing his capture and his stilling in the show. I'm not going to get into book spoilers here, but that's still a little confusing to me. However, the episode was good. All in all, the biggest praise I have to give to the showrunners is how they understand the motivations and the core of these characters, which to any Wheel of Time readers out there, that is so important to how this story plays out. Is the core of the characters, especially the core of the main characters, what drives them, what motivates them, basically. And so I gave this episode originally an 8 out of 10, I think, and I'm going to stick with that rating. And then this week's episode, Blood Calls Blood, we finally see most of our main group of characters reach Tar Valon, the fabled White City, Major foreshadowing for the rest of the series happens in this episode very subtly. For those of you book readers who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And Matt starts to go down a very dark path, which, again, book readers, you know about, and show watchers you are beginning to know about. And finally, we get to see some of the inner workings of the White Tower. I mean, the acting in this episode was just top notch. From Zoe Robbins, from Rosamund Pike, from Daniel Heaney, and how the episode just addressed grief. The episode addressed loss and addressed like the hard things that we have to deal with in our lives and the toll that losing loved ones takes on us. And while it wasn't necessarily key to the progression of the plot, it was still a very interesting adapted change that they've made for the show, because this is not so much a spoiler. They don't really go in depth with warders and how the warders act in the books. I could be wrong on that. I've only read the series through once, and I'm rereading it right now. However, to my recollection, there was no deep diving into how the warders responded to one another. Just the political power plays made by Moiraine and Leandrin and some others in the tower were just really cool. And I love how since the show is focused on Moiraine so heavily, it would make sense that they're shifting more to have an emphasis on the Aes Sedai and the Aes Sedai culture and politics and the power that they hold. That makes sense. However, I do want to see more Matt. I want to see more Rand. I want to see more Perrin and Egwene. I want to see more of our central cast of characters. And that was my biggest complaint from this episode. There wasn't enough time dedicated to some of the plots that have been unfolding this season. And I want to see some more character development. And we're getting that in bits and pieces. Right now we're focusing on the characters of Moiraine and Lan and Nynaeve, some of Matt, which my heart still breaks that Barney Harris was recast for the next season because he's Matt. He is Matt. But the shot of Rand and Matt when they're first coming into the city and they are looking over Tarvalon and then they see Dragonmount in the west, that was perfect. I got chills. And if you're a book reader, you know why that's an important scene. You know why. So all that being said, I gave episode 5 a 9 out of 10. Still my ranking. And yes, I'm repping my Bulldogs. Last night was something not far away from a tragedy. And hopefully, oh, wow, okay, maybe the one power is touching my room. Hopefully in the playoffs, okay, I don't know what's happening. I don't want to be in the Shining here. But this is unacceptable. It's fine. MAA, come fix my apartment. So all that being said, I still give episode 5 a 9 out of 10. I think there's been a lot of excellent groundwork laid, a lot of quiet character moments in this episode, and just it's a great adaptation of the story. If only, we had 2 more episodes in this season. Amazon, please give us more episodes per season. This story is a story worth being told on a slow burn, not at a rapid fire pace. So slow down. It's okay. Please take the time to tell this story. It is worth slow burning it. These characters are too rich and too memorable to rush through the story. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And hopefully I'll be back next week to review episode 6 of The Wheel of Time season 1. And until then, Tai Shar Manethrin, the grave is no bar to my call. Peace out, everyone.